Alright, welcome to week 6 of the Inner series. And starting out, still no level increase. We may get one in patch 2.5, but there hasn't been any announcement about it, so you might have to wait till 3.0. But next you want to check your artificial island, so you go to casual, building, and then go to your island. You want to go back to casual, hit building, and then hit the present, so that way you can get your resources, because remember you can only hold it for 24 hours. Then you want to check the exchange door, and you want to make sure you buy your weekly items because they reset tomorrow. And if you have not already, you want to make sure that you kill your enemies on the islands, especially the bosses. And at 12, don't forget to check around here to see if you have an old man, so that way you can get some extra resources. But if you don't have one, you could always check your friends' islands. Then we got fishing. Ideally, you want to try to get your fishing to level 9, so that way you can get the weekly standard matricy box. And if you're just starting out with fishing, I recommend that you get 100 to 200 green bait, so that way you get your level high enough to buy purple bait. Then you can just pick up purple bait and use that to buy your available bait for the week. Next, you want to do Mia's Kitchen and knock out your 4 bounties for the day. And I'm just going to go with the Sparrow because I find it much easier to do. Next, we got Vitality, starting with joint operations. So for today, we got access to Bracer's chest, a Huma and a Samir matrix, Shoulder's helm, a Coco and a Shiro matrix, Boots, belt, and a Zero matrix, Pursuit of Fate, Carnival Party, the Endgame, and Sadness Valley. Now, these are all really good dungeons, but I recommend that you do level 90 dungeons, so that way you can get the best rewards. But if you plan on getting the new limited characters, I recommend that you take a look at Interstellar Exploration, and you want to check Vera, as well as check Aspera, so that way you can see all of your Stargates. And now you can tell if you have a level 3 Stargate, is if this weapon battery category has a number 3, it's a level 3 Stargate, but if it has number 2, it's a level 2 Stargate. But if you don't have any level 3s or level 2s, you could always do dimensional trials. And simply press go and just do quick battle, and you can easily use up your vitality. And you can do the same for matrix data packs and gold. Which brings us to our optionals, and that's giving gifts to your 1.0 characters. And the best way to do that is go to the black market and talk to Hopkins, see this island and do the claw machine, or do your 2 trainings for the day. But what is not optional is to do your 8 fun zones. And if you have not already, do your 6 Greyspace fishers. But the biggest rewards are in the Twilight zone, but you do have an 8-hour time limit, so you could wait on this. Next, you got your racing. You want to make sure you do this so that way you can get that 400 Mira at the end of the month. And with it being Procrastinator Day, you want to make sure you do your Security Force mission so that way you can get those Ode Vera coins in Mira. Then we have our appointed research and trusted investigation. Starting tomorrow, you might want to start saving your energy because we get some new research tabs that are opening up in patch 2.5. So if you have 20 energy, you're going to be able to get through that faster. But if you enjoy these weekly guys, I would greatly appreciate a like so that way they can spread more on YouTube. Then we got our events. So hopefully you logged in enough time so that we got everything from the rookie supplies and same for the supply run, because those do give a lot of red nucleus, so you want to make sure that you get those. We have a little over 3 days left for the Star Sand recycling. By now you should have been able to get the top tier rewards in this event. And as you know, patch 2.5 comes out this Thursday, so I'll be working on a preview video and I'll try to get that out as soon as possible. On top of that, we have our new limited character Janono, and with that we get a new login event to where you can get some more red nucleus and a few goat nucleus, which should help because we have a few new characters coming to the standard banner. On top of that, we get another challengers to-do list to where we can get some pretty nice rewards and collect those Lin Sharp pieces so we can get the new Lin costume. And one last thing to mention for the players that have taken an extended break from the game, you may want to try logging in on patch 2.5. They're going to have a special returners event as long as you've been gone for over 30 days. Then we have the weekly tab, and I recommend that you save your type 3 keys because we are getting the spider boss in patch 2.5, and he can drop advancement and booster module 2s as well as Habuella and Silka matrices. Which brings us to our challenges. So if you're trying to do something like the Bygone Phantasm or Frontier Clash, you might want to save your Mia's Kitchen so that way you can power yourself up. But starting with the Bygone Phantasm. So again, I recommend that you take a look at this weapon bonus. If you have a good weapon bonus, then you might want to try to do this sneak to next level, and if your CS is high enough, you're going to be able to jump up 11 levels. But the biggest thing that will determine your rank is Sequential Phantasm. If you're able to get a high score here, most likely you're going to get the top score for the week. Wormhole, we have a little over 5 days to go ahead and complete this so that we can get that extra energy crystal dust. Void Rift, if this is the first time boss for you, you want to go ahead and knock it out. Void Abyss, now this one is pretty hard, especially for Void Abyss 6. I recommend that you have a strong team if you want to try to clear this. This time, I decided to go Flame DPS, and these were the tech that I decided to use. Origin of War, we are in the last week before the new patch comes out, so it should be fairly easy to clear, so you want to make sure you do this before Thursday. Frontier Clash, you want to go ahead and knock this out so that we can get that golden gear. Break from Destiny, you want to make sure you do this at least one time so that we can get those 250 dark crystals. Arena. If you're trying to reach Grand Marshal, you might either want to do Apex League or Critical Abyss for a few hours so that way you can reach it. And the last thing that I want to mention for raids. In patch 2.5, the raid system is going to change to where we're only going to have one raid per week. So I recommend that you either save your raid attempts until Wednesday or just use all your raid attempts except for one, because you want to make sure that we have at least that one raid attempt once the raid system changes, because we should be getting better rewards. But hopefully by Wednesday, they clarify how the new raid system is going to work with our previous raid attempts. Next, we got our daily buys. So you want to go to shop, pots, and then buy your vitality solutions. But for me, I feel that I have good enough gear, so I'm going to pass. But one thing I do recommend that you try to get are the advanced modules and the booster modules for the week, which brings us to the commissary, starting with the crystal dust store. So you want to make sure you buy your potent omnium crystal 2, your advancement module, your booster modules, and your very special gift. And one thing to note, I recommend that you save your energy crystal dust, because this is going to be very important, especially the golden one in patch 2.5. Space time store, you want to buy your advancement modules, your booster modules, and your data repeater for the week. And if you have some extra energy crystal fragments, you can consider buying IP shards. Cruise store, now the only thing you want to spend your points on are relics, and the relics that I recommend are either space time rift or omnium shield. And if you have both of those, you can consider getting a drone level 3. But besides that, I recommend putting all your points in hologram projector. Support store, you want to buy your gold, your space time crystal fragments, your space time crystal dust, and maybe even black nucleus. And with your return points, I recommend that you buy space time crystal fragments, and you can consider buying proof of purchase and gold nucleus. Point store, now the only thing you want to spend your points on are spare special gifts, so that way you don't have to do training, black market, or Seas Island again. But if you need to level up your matrices or weapons, you could always buy matrix data packs or weapon batteries. And with your critical abyss points, you could always buy clusters. But besides that, I just recommend that you explore the map. And with patch 2.5 coming out very soon, look forward to my Genono video and a patch 2.5 preview video here in the next few days. But other than that, I'll talk with you guys later.